Want to know whether these sleeves are worth buying? Let's find out. Hello everyone and welcome to Life Begins at 20. My name is Mark and today we're going to be taking a look at the Eclipse sleeves. Now, I've had a lot of questions about these sleeves from the comments section of my Game Nights competition winning video, and I thought I would have a look at trying these out over the weekend and seeing how well they actually performed. So, without any further ado, let's get stuck in. The Eclipse sleeves from Ultra Pro are the newest addition to their Pro Mat lineup, which I'm currently using to sleeve my cube. These sleeves come in a wide variety of colours, ranging from red, which are the ones we have here, to blue, green, black and so on. I'm sure you'll find a colour to suit your needs. Ultra Pro have developed a unique formula to make a smooth professional shuffle, which we will test out later on in the video. The sleeves also have an inner black layer to make the back opaque so the double-sided cards are not visible from the back. As you can see from this, that is indeed the case. The sleeves are big enough to be able to fit double sleeves comfortably while still providing a great feel and not warping the cards. One of the best things Ultra Pro have done with this sleeve is not including that godforsaken hologram in the front. I'm so glad to see that removed. Cube players like to pimp out their cubes, whether this is with foils or altered cards as well, so by making sure that the sleeve gives off good colour reproduction is a very important aspect of why they'd end up buying the sleeves. For me, the reproduction is better than the Pro Mat for sure, but as a fair test I've created a sequence so you can decide for yourself. On the screen we have the same Nissa Steward of Elements. One of them is non-sleeved, the middle one here is single sleeved with the Eclipse sleeve, and then the other one on the right hand side is double sleeved up. You'll be able to see the slight muting in colours, although I wouldn't expect anything different from using a sleeve. I personally think is better than other Ultra Pro sleeves I've tried in the past. I've never personally used Hypermat, so I can't comment on them, but I'm happy with the colour and foil reproduction these sleeves give. Hopefully with these comparisons on the screen now, you'll be able to help with your decision making. As for shuffling, these sleeves do deliver what they promised. Compared to the Pro Mats that are on the screen now, which you can clearly see are getting snagged when shuffling and proving to be quite difficult to use, switching now to the Eclipse sleeves and the difference is night and day. I'm not the best shuffler in the world by any stretch of the imagination, but I found these really easy to use even after a whole weekend of shuffling. Let's face it, as cube builders, our sleeves will need to take a lot of punishment, and I feel these would stand up to the test. Speaking of standing up to the test, you've seen the professor do a stress test, so I thought I'd do the same. First up we have the Pro Mat, and well, that didn't last very long, did it? Next up is the Eclipse sleeve, and as you can see it fared so much better to that of the Pro Mat. Definitely a durable sleeve here, and something that I'm very happy to see because I don't know how many sleeves from my cube have torn in the past. While the sleeves may seem perfect so far, I did have a few issues over the course of the weekend. First up is the discoloration to the edges from shuffling. It hasn't affected the shuffling itself or the backs of the cards, but it's only from a weekend of use and not an extended period. Dirt is another issue, and these can become quite dirty at the front quite quickly. It's easy to come off, but I haven't had the same issues with my Pro Mats. Lastly is the slight bending in the corners. By no means is this on every single card or every corner, but again it's only from a weekend of heavy use. This is potentially a little concerning. While it's not affecting the shuffling yet, whether it becomes a factor would be a little bit of a concern for me, especially at the price of $8 for 80 sleeves. So overall, I'm very impressed with these sleeves. Again, coming from the Pro Mat, this is just a massive step up and it's completely like night and day between the two. Colour reproduction for me, with the foils and the normal cards as well, is more than good enough. I'm expecting a little bit of degradation and a little bit of fading when it comes to putting cards into sleeves to give off that amazing shuffling performance. I was expecting it to do a little bit away from what it was going to be. But once you've double sleeved up anyway, to be perfectly honest, you can still see all of the foiling well enough, and I'm more than happy with that, especially in comparison to my Pro Mats, which, you know, they do a decent enough job, but the durability is just not there. The shuffle feel is absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure that anybody who ends up picking up a pack and shuffling it, you won't be able to put it down. And to be perfectly honest, over the entirety of the weekend, I must have shuffled those cards hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times just to make sure that, one, I gave a fair assessment after through playing it, and two, I just couldn't put them down. They were just so nice to shuffle. The durability of the cards is also fantastic in the sense that, you know, the stretching test didn't do any damage whatsoever to that sleeve, so, you know, you're not going to be tearing them open too easily, unlike the Pro Mat, which you definitely did see there. I mean, you've seen the Professor's stretch test as well, and he proved that, you know, over multiple sleeves there, he could only get a couple of them to break out of all the ones he showed, and the ones on camera didn't break either. So as a cube builder, that is fantastic, because, you know, we're going to end up using these so much, and the durability is something that we definitely hold into really high regard because of just how many times we end up playing with the same cards. And resleeving a cube is fairly expensive, so making sure that that investment only happens the once, you know, or once every so often, is actually so much better than getting a load of cheap sleeves and having to replace them quite regularly. Yes, there are a few minor niggles with these sleeves, and I'm not going to hide anything on that fact. They're not perfect, they're never going to be perfect, but to be perfectly honest, apart from the corner thing, which I will definitely be taking a closer look at over the period of time, I have no issues whatsoever with resleeving my entire cube in this, and to be perfectly honest, I may well do. It's something that I'm going to be looking at come payday. I'm going to be double sleeving for sure. Once I've made all the cuts on my cube, I will end up going through and resleeving the entirety. I mean, I love the red colour of these, and they just perform so well that I'm more than happy to have them as my sleeve for my cube. So again, let me know in the comment section below what you think of the Eclipse sleeves. Have you tried them out? Have they performed well for you, or have you had any issues with them? You know, I'd love to know in the comment section. If there's any questions as well that I haven't managed to cover, do let me know in the comment section again, and I will answer them for you. And I would just love to know what everybody's feedback is for these sleeves, because to be perfectly honest, I'm very impressed with them. I love how they feel in terms of shuffling and all that kind of stuff. So do let me know in the comment section what you think of, and also in the comparison when it comes to the colour reproduction of the foils as well. Let me know in the comment section below whether you enjoyed that, and whether you think, actually, you know what, the colour reproduction is great, or to be perfectly honest, it may well think, oh god, that's awful. And if you found that useful, definitely do let me know in the comment section as well, because, you know, I think that that was a nicer way, that the best way I could, you know, put that together for all of you. So if you believe that that's the same thing, let me know, because it'd be really helpful for any future sleeve reviews. I would just like to take this moment to thank my Patreons of the channel. I can't thank you enough for the help and support that you're giving me. If you'd like to do the same, head over to patreon.com/lifebegins@20, and there'll be a link in the description below for that as well, where there are plenty of rewards to choose from. With your support, we can really push to make this channel even better. Be sure to check out our sponsor, 5colorcombo.com, for a great range of Magic the Gathering accessories with stunning artwork, plus a great app to draft and create decks on the fly. Use the referral code LifeBegins@20 for 5% off. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Tuesday and Friday. With your support, we can really help this channel to grow. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.